The following portion of Bloom is sponsored by Tampa General Hospital.
Preventable injuries account for more childhood deaths than all diseases combined. In recognition of National Injury Prevention Day, Muma Children's Hospital at Tampa General Hospital is educating families on some of the top injuries and how we can prevent them. Joining me now is Dr. Jade Kumar, a pediatric surgeon at Muma Children's Hospital at TGH and Johns Hopkins All Children's Hospital. Welcome, doctor. It's great to see you.
Hi, thanks. Thanks for having me here today.
So what are some of the top injuries that children face?
Yeah, absolutely. I would say the number one thing that we see in our ER would be car accidents. That's going to be the number one thing that affects pediatrics across the nation, and it's definitely the most common thing that we see. And a lot of times these injuries are, due to improper restraining as far as like seat belts, car seats, boosters, that kind of thing. Next, more recently, we've seen a lot of e-bike and e-scooter injuries, especially in like young teenagers or even younger. We see these kids that are on these motorized vehicles that are usually on the roads. These kids don't really know traffic laws, things like that. So we have been seeing a lot of severe injuries, and it's more than just broken bones. We've seen a lot of head trauma, things like that, because also these kids think these are toys, so they're not really wearing like helmets, things like that. And so that's been a more common one that we've seen in the last couple years. And then lastly, we see a lot of gun violence, or gunshot injuries, whether it's accidental or from gun violence, and a lot of that goes into accessibility and safety, so not being able to lock guns up, or kids having access to them, or not understanding that these are weapons.
Okay, now you did kind of sort of touch along the way when you were talking about some of the leading causes of injuries, how we can prevent them, but what are ways that parents can focus in and prevent these things from happening?
Yeah, I mean, for car accidents, obviously that happens. It's sometimes hard to avoid, but the best thing we can do is focus on education and prevention. So you'd be surprised, a lot of people don't always know the proper way to restrain their child. A lot of it is based on their age, their weight, whether they, again, need a car seat or a booster or just a normal seatbelt, things like that. And we go into a lot of education on how to properly do that, especially if they get admitted to the hospital. For e-bikes and e-scooters, I mean, having a helmet is number one. Also in the same category, we see like ATV accidents, golf carts, those kinds of things. And, people don't tend to wear helmets, and a lot of time the devastating injuries that come from that are going to be head injuries. And even educating kids and supervising them, making them understand that even if they're on like a little e-scooter or e-bike, they shouldn't be riding alongside cars. They don't really understand traffic patterns and traffic laws, and so we've seen a lot of severe injuries there, so a lot of education going there. And for gun injuries, the biggest thing, again, is going to be education, keeping guns locked away, having gun safes, gun locks, and even just educating your children on the importance of gun safety, of realizing that these aren't toys to be played with and to be taken seriously.
And you have a big event coming up to educate parents.
Yeah, absolutely. This is our this is Muma Children's 5th year of our Injury Prevention Day. TGH is the only level 1 ACS verified trauma center in the region for pediatrics, and this is something that's very near and dear to our heart because we see a lot of these injuries, not only locally, but all these injuries that are being flown to us as well. And so it's going to be a great day of a lot of education, lots of freebies, showing people how to like restrain their children and just different ways of preventing these injuries. And it's going to be next Tuesday on the 18th at our Tampa Well Garden Center.
All right, well, thank you so much for sharing this with our Bloom viewers.
Thank you.
All right, for more information on preventable injuries, you can head over to tgh.org/children. Bloom, we'll be right back.
The preceding portion of Bloom was sponsored by Tampa General Hospital.